Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Agarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. The topic of ratios, it finds wide applicability in most of the competitive exams and in school exams starting from class 6th onwards. you know these topics are very useful, and if you form a very good foundation of these topics, then higher topics based on these concepts are going to be really easy for you. So I request you to watch the entire video. This is for finding the ratios and some of the word problems. The video will only prove useful to you when you practice these concepts after watching the video. So the 60 questions practice PDF we have already prepared. You will not find a better collection of questions based on a single concept anywhere in any textbook or in copy form on the internet. So it is requested that you should download the 60 question practice worksheet after watching the video from the link given here in the description box. And also, let me tell you about the best offers going on right now for the ebook of short tricks, the reasoning course, and the CBSE practice worksheets. These three things, they are much sought after. Most of the teachers who are running the academies, they are also using our practice worksheets to give homework, assignments, and teach from the short tricks to upskill the students, the reasoning course to develop the reasoning ability in the students. So you can get a copy of all those things at some nominal cost at the best offers. WhatsApp 9896369963 to know the details, or you can pay visit to www.sureshagarwal.in to download some of those. Obviously, the link in the description will take you to the 60 question practice PDF based on this important concept of ratios. So let's see some of the questions. This is a descriptive question in which some data is given and you have to find some ratios. So out of 50 sportsmen, there are 50 people, 50 sportsmen, 10 play cricket. So I'm categorizing all the people. Then 15 play hockey, and the remaining, how many are remaining now? That's important. 50 minus 10 minus 15. So this is how you find the remaining. So 40 minus 15, 25. So 25 play volleyball. Now these are the different number of players playing different games. Now we need to find some particular ratios here. Find the ratio of. Let's see the first one. Cricket players to hockey players. So C ratio H. If you see cricket, there are 10 players, and hockey there are 15 players. So whenever you have a common factor, that means 10 and 15, they have a common factor 5 between them, right? The highest common factor. So you can actually divide that by 5 and divide this also by 5 to get the ratio in the simplest form. So the answer for the question would be 10 by 5 is 2 and 15 by 5 is 3. So 2 ratio 3 is the ratio of cricket players to hockey players. Likewise, if you have to find hockey players to volleyball players, then you can see the categorization which I have done there. Hockey is 15 and volleyball is 25. So again, divide them by 5 because 5 is the greatest common factor. You will get the answer 15 by 5 is 3 and 25 by 5 is 5. So 3 ratio 5 becomes the answer of the second part. Now let's see the third part. In the third part, you can see we have to find the ratio of cricket to total sportsmen. Cricket is played by 10 persons and total number of persons are 50. What is the greatest common factor of 10 and 50? This time it is 10. So divide both by 10. You will have 1 ratio 5 as the answer of this question. Likewise, the fourth part there. In the fourth part, you are asked to find the ratio of hockey players to total sportsmen. So hockey players, there are 15 and total there are 50. 15 and 50 have a highest common factor of 5. So you can divide by 5 to get the answer as 3 ratio 10. Likewise, the fifth one, volleyball ratio total. The volleyball players, they are 25 in number and total there are 50 players. So 25 and 50, I think the highest common factor is 25. So divide both by 25, you get 1 ratio 2 as the answer. So you see friends, finding the ratio is not a difficult task, but you need to be very quick in finding the highest common factor of the two terms of the ratio and then divide both the terms by that highest common factor to get the ratio in the simplest form. This is a very important question for my junior students. Let's see some other questions. The concept of equivalent ratios. You know, equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios, I'll give you a very simple example so that you can understand that. If you write 1 by 2 and you write 2 upon 4, see 2 upon 4 has a common factor 2. So if you strike off the common factor 2, you will have 1 by 2. So 2 upon 4 also reduces to 1 upon 2. Likewise, if I write 3 upon 6, 3 and 6 go into 3, you will get 1 upon 2. How about 5 upon 10? 1 by 2 again. 100 upon 200? 1 by 2 again. All these are equivalent ratios because they get reduced to the same simplest form. Okay, so how do we generate equivalent ratios? Let's see the first question here. We need to generate an equivalent ratio for 11 upon 17 in which the denominator is 85. So how do you get 85 from 17? You just have to think about multiplication and division, okay, not addition and subtraction. 17 5 times is 85, correct? So what you have to do is just multiply the numerator also by that factor 5. So 11 times 5 is 55 and therefore 55 upon 85 is the equivalent ratio of 11 by 17 with denominator 85. Likewise, you see the second question, 3 upon 13, and we need the numerator to be 9. So how do you get 9 from 3? Multiplication by 3. So just do the multiplication by 3 in the denominator. 13 times 3 is 39 and therefore 9 upon 39 is the equivalent ratio of 3 upon 13 with numerator 9. A very easy concept. If you understand it, if you don't understand it, then you have to study the common factors fundamental first. Let's see this question, these questions rather. These are three different questions. 1, 2, and 3. Write two equivalent ratios of 7 upon 20. 7 upon 20 having numerators 35 and 49. So we need to first write 35 and then write 49 in the numerator. So how do you get 35 in the numerator? 7 times 5 is 35. So multiply by 5. 20 times 5 is 100. So 35 upon 100 is the first answer. How do you get 49 from 7? Multiplication by 7. So just multiply this by 7. You will get 20 times 7, 140 as the second part of the answer. Also write three equivalent ratios having denominators. Now the same 7 upon 20, we have to reduce it in the denominator 50, in the denominator 80, and in the denominator 140. So how do you get, okay, I have written 140 wrongly there, so I'll just correct this. Yeah, division 140. So how do you convert 20 to 50? That is 2.5 times, 2.5 times. So multiply 7, 2.5 times, 7 to the 14. So 17.5 will be the numerator, right? Likewise, how do you get 80 from 20? Multiplication by 4. And so multiplication by 4 gives us 7 4s are 28. How do you get 140 from 20? Multiplication by 7. So multiply this also by 7. You get 7 times 7, 49. So 49 upon 140 is also an equivalent fraction. Friends, the topic of equivalent fractions is really very important and all of us watching this video have to practice from the practice worksheet. This will prove to be very, very beneficial for all the students. Let's see the final question there. Divide 60 into two parts in the ratio 2:3. So we need to divide 60 into two parts and the ratio is 2:3. So how many total parts? 2 plus 3, 5, right? So when you have to find the first part is 2, right? Out of how many? 2 plus 3, 5. And what is the second part? It's not yet complete. I'll complete it very shortly. The second part is 3 out of a total of 5. But which number is being divided? We are dividing 60, right? So just multiply them by 60. You are going to get the two parts. So 5 cancel 60 12 times. 12 2s are 24. 5 cancel 60, 12 times 12 3 are 36, and therefore the two parts into which 60 has to be split are 24 and 36, and 24 and 36, if you take the ratio, it will be 2:3. Now that's how you divide a number into two or more parts in a given ratio. Friends, a very important video. I tell you this, these videos are going to be like a boon for all the students who are preparing right from the scrap and they want to qualify some quantitative aptitude exams. So friends, do share this video. Do click the link given here to download the descriptive PDF of this particular lecture. Do subscribe the channel and click the bell shaped icon for getting all the notifications. Thanks for watching this and all the best.